What's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. We are back for some player props and spreads in the NBA for Saturday, May 29th. We even got a same-game parlay, some over-unders, so stick around for the whole video. But first and foremost, you see it, the weekend shirt is on. It's Saturday. We're going to make some money like we did on Friday. Let's recap it. 3-2 day yesterday. And we started off the video, if you watched Friday's video, with two quick L's. RJ Barrett over 26.5 PRAs. Not even close. No one on my New York Knicks even showed up to play besides Derrick Rose. I was the only one that really showed up. Other L, Blake Griffin over 2.5 assists. I broke my card in the world betting an over on a trash player. What can you do? He had 0 assists up until about 20 seconds left in the game. But then we reeled off some winners. Hawks -4. Yes, I bet against my New York Knicks. I didn't think they would show up on the road against a very good home Atlanta Hawks team. Yeah, no chance. Luka over 47.5 PRAs. Yeah, he's the wonder boy for a reason. He's an absolute legend. 62 PRAs at home in Dallas. Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers, big win. We had his over 30.5 points. Yeah, cash it, 36 points. You love to see that. But let's move on. If you're new, subscribe. It's free. We're road to 10,000 subscribers, somewhere around 5,600. Click that subscribe button. I know 50% of you guys watching the video aren't subscribed. What are you doing? Join the community. It is free. Also, shout out to our 5 newest All-Stars. Put them on the screen. Apologize if I pronounced these wrong. ABC Voodoo, Andy Savage, Dr. J. Clay, 1138, Gregory Clock, Sean McPherson. You guys are absolute legends. We really appreciate you guys. These are the real supporters on the channel. If you want to become a COS All-Star and get shouted out in tomorrow's video, click the first link in the description or click the join button on the channel. Costs less than $3 a month, and it shows your support to Logan and I, who come back day in and day out and give you these picks. We're not like those other YouTube free picks channels which hand out L's constantly, and then they're like, all right, fine, we gave you some free L's. And now here, pay $30 for 3 more premium L's. Nah, you got the wrong YouTube channel. This is Calling Our Shot. Everything's free. Unless you want to become a COS All-Star, it's like a virtual tip jar. Become an All-Star today. But last but not least, click that like button. And if you're watching this video a little bit after some games have started, I have timestamped all the games down below because we're going to talk about each of them. And we're starting early with the Bucks versus Heat, which tips off early in the day, early afternoon game. We're starting with Drew Holiday, over 12.5 rebounds and assists, -130. Drew, he's been an absolute beast in this series, and he really deserves a lot more credit than he probably is getting. But his last 2 games, his plus-minus has been +37 and +41. Is that good? Yeah, it's very good. Let's talk about his rebounds and assist line, though. You look back, these teams have played each other 4 straight games. Obviously only 3, as this will be game 4. But final game of the regular season, Drew put up 5 rebounds, 10 assists. Cashes this easily, 15 combined. Game before that, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Cashed it, 14. Game before that, game 2, 7 rebounds, 15 assists. Game 3, 3 rebounds, 12 assists. If you don't have a rebounds and assist line, I'd lean towards his assists. I mean, you've seen he's had double-digit assists in 3 of his last 4 games. He's been on an absolute tear, and I think that continues today as the Bucks are going for the clean sweep. Also, a note, Big Ragu, Dante DiVincenzo, get well soon, my man. We love you on the channel, but he will be out for the remainder of the playoffs. And he's the one that runs along with Drew Holiday, so maybe does that mean Drew gets more minutes? I don't really necessarily know. But either way, there should be some more rebounds available for him. I like the consistency. I'll accept the juice. -130, locking it in. Moving into the Nuggets versus Blazers. Said we had a same-game parlay. Here you go. We're putting a full unit on this one. Boom, put it on the screen. CJ McCollum, 20-plus points. Damian Lillard, 30-plus points in a Blazers win, +174. Putting 1 unit to win back 1.74. You love to see that. And if you don't have a same-game parlay, I apologize in advance. Only some books do offer it. But if you don't have it, I'd probably put my money on Damian Lillard's over 33.5. He has cashed that in all three of these games. But you look at it, game 1, CJ, 21 points, Dame 34, and a win. So it cashes. Game 2, CJ 21, Dame 42, and a loss. So you miss on one leg. Game 3, CJ 22, Dame 37, and a loss. They've hit their player props in both of the games, and now you're just banking on a win, which I believe the Blazers will win today. They cannot afford to lose this game and go down 3-1 and then go back to Denver. They got to even up the series. Look at CJ McCollum, his point line has increased from 22.5 to 23.5. They obviously I expect a good game out of CJ McCollum. You look at Dame Lillard, he's averaging 37 points per game this series, and he's attempted 24 shots in each game. During the regular season, he only attempted 24 or more shots in a game in 10 games, which you'd think he shoots a ton, but no, only 10 games where he shot 24 or more times. He cashed 30 points in 9 of those 10 games. I like the Blazers to come back and win. The good old zigzag strategy. It didn't pay off in game 3, but I think it pays off in game 4. Blazers need this win or else they will be pushed to the brink of elimination. Blazers lost game 3 due to an Austin Rivers explosion in the 4th quarter. Don't think that happens today. And the Blazers should catch a W led by their 2 stars. 1 unit to win 1.74. Not too shabby. Second play in this game. We're taking Blazers Nuggets over 116.5 first half points, minus 106. Yes, just the first half. These two teams, they score a lot of points, and they score a lot of them early. If you look at game 1, they combined for 119 points in the first half. Game 2, 132 points in the first half. Game 3, 123, cashed in all 3. If you look, included the regular season matchups, they cashed in the regular season in 2 of the 3 games. Their one loss combined to be 114 points, so it even got really close to it. If we're talking strictly about number of averages, Nuggets averaged 60 points per game in the first half. The Blazers right behind them at 59, third and fourth most in the NBA. I don't mind the full game over under if you're going to go with that, but I'll go with the first half because I think that's the most safe bet in my opinion. So that's what I'm riding with. The first half over 116.5 points in the Blazers versus Nuggets game. Moving on, third game on the slate, Sixers versus Wizards. We're taking the under 228 points, and here's why. For starters, Russell Westbrook is injured. And while I do expect him to play today, he always plays through injuries. He's got to help underbettors if he's not pushing the ball with the same ferocity that he normally does. But honestly, that's not the real reason we are here. We're here because the 76ers on the road are under bettors' friends. On the road, as a whole this season, 13-23, the under cashes nearly 64% of the time. You'll love to see that. Even better, when the Sixers find themselves as away favorites, which is what they are today, the unders cashed the over-under is 7-17. Under cashes 70% of the time. I think this is in large part due to role players, and we saw that role players don't play typically too well on the road. I mean, you obviously could talk about Seth Curry, Danny Green, George Hill. Same thing happened with the Knicks yesterday when they didn't even break 100 points. The under cash. You saw players like RJ, Burks, Bullock all didn't play too well in the under cash, and wouldn't be entirely surprised to see that under cash again today. The Wizards could cover as well and potentially win after what we saw last night with the Celtics beating the Nets. I'm going to take the under with confidence in Washington, D.C. I'm locking it in, under 228 points. Moving on, same game to a player that has cashed 2 props for us in Game 1 and Game 2. Ben Simmons, over 31.5 PRAs. Simmons is a matchup nightmare, but so is Joel Embiid, and I think the Wizards are completely content with letting Mr. Ben Simmons cook on them. They'll double Embiid all day, but they'll let Simmons score 20 points if that's what it takes to beat him. Look at his track record against the Wizards, and we talked about this in Game 2 when we saw this game. 39 PRAs in Game 2, just 28 minutes. 36 in Game 1 earlier in January of the season. 35, 32 in December. He's 4-0 on this exact line on the series, on the year. You go all the way back to his career. He had 18 in the bubble. I don't really even count that game. He didn't play that many minutes. Rest of his career, 33, 32, 33, 31, 31, 32, 29, 53, 33. He's getting really close. He's cashed this in 10 of his 14 career games. 2 of those losses are right on the hook at 31. And in the other game, he didn't play a lot of minutes. He's going to play a lot of minutes today. I do think the Wizards keep this game close. He's been more aggressive, and he's trying to get some respect around the league from all the fans out there. Always trashing him on offense because he just didn't play too well in the regular season. I think he comes out, I like the matchup too much. I think he comes out a little more aggressive than he normally was all during the regular season. And he's going to score some points today. We're locking it in. Ben Simmons, over 31.5 PRAs. Moving on, last game on the slate, we're talking Ja Morant. Ja, the legend, he's been remarkable through his first 2 career postseason games. 47 points in Game 2, 26 points in Game 1, and then 35 points if you want to count the play-in game, which was a must-win, win-or-go-home game. You look at him during the regular season, he doesn't play with this level of aggression, and really he's been absolutely, and there's no better way to summarize that. He attempted 20 free throws in last game when he dropped 47 points. More importantly, Morant is shooting a ton. He shot 21 plus times in each of his last 3 games. That's something he only did in 10 regular season games. Yes, only 10 times he shot 21 or more times. And in those 10 games, he hit this over, scored 25 plus points in 8 of those 10 games. The Jazz can try to stop him. They can try to double him, but if you look at him, Gobert's too slow to double him, and that's basically all they're doing is running pick and rolls, and he's just going downhill, attacking. This is a big game for Memphis, and I think they're getting a good chance at winning this game. Jazz are only 6-point favorites, and I'm riding with Morant tonight. He's a young stud. They've dominated in the first couple games in the playoffs, and Morant has a track record of turning it on. You saw him, obviously, these 3 games, play-in game 1 and 2, turn it on last year in the bubble. I think he had 35 points in the win-or-go-home game. Obviously lost to the Blazers, but it's fun to bet on Morant, especially when he's being aggressive, attacking the rim, trying to dunk on people, and he's fun as heck to watch. We're taking it. Ja Morant, over 24.5 points. Let's recap all of our plays. We're talking Drew Holiday, over 12.5 rebounds and assists. Blazers, the same game parlay. You can go check that back out. Blazers, Nuggets, over 116.5 first half points. Sixers, under 228. Simmons over 31.5 PRAs, and John Morant over 24.5 points. Every single play on the slate is 1 unit, including the SGP, which I'll put up right here. Man, oh man, we got 6 plays. It is Saturday. We got the weekend shirt on. Let's go make some money today. I know we can make some money. And man, oh man, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go do that. Go check out Logan's video here. He's been killing it in the MLB, although yesterday was a weird day. It's raining all over the northeast of the United States, but we're still going to keep pumping out the content. We really appreciate all you guys. If you want to become a COS All-Star, consider doing that. We really appreciate you. And this has been Austin. I'll be back tomorrow for some more player props and spreads, and maybe even some same-game parlays tomorrow if this one cashes today. This has been Austin. I'll catch you guys again in tomorrow's video. Let's go make some money today. It's Saturday. Get those weekend shirts on. Let's do this thing. Peace.